Well, welcome everybody. This is Jim Sanders with Brian Mumma. We're at Almquist Field, home of the Rock Island Rocks, Rock Island Public School Stadium. It's the QCA TV, Channel 38, Cox Communication, a Family Ties production, and we've got Western Big Six football. Brian, who do we have tonight?
We got the Alleman Pioneers and the U.T.H.S. Panthers, and we have a beautiful night. It's Big Six football, and we're right in the heart of this season.
No, we are. We're, what, midway through. UT and Alleman both had a little struggle here in their last ball game. UT got beat by Moline. We had that ball game for fans. Alleman's got 2 losses here in the conference with Rock Island and to Moline. So that's they're in. They're both about the same. We had both those ball games. You and I did them both, and Moline dominated both teams. So this should be a great matchup, I think.
Oh yeah. Well, I've certainly been impressed with Moline, and that game last week we were hearing hit and clear up there in the box.
Right.
It was a hard-hitting ball game all the way. And I think we can expect the same kind of thing tonight.
Oh, I agree with you. I think that both these teams got something to prove. This is UT and Alleman. The records don't make any difference. I mean, and Alleman is rebuilding. You take a look at the lineup, and we called all their ball games the last couple years, those playoff games and so forth. There are not many of those same names are showing up again. I think if I were to talk about Alleman getting ready for a ball game tonight, I think Healy has got to become a factor. Teams have been able to kind of take him out of the equation, and that's right. And Barry has been doing a lot of the work of running the football, but I think if Healy can start getting loose, that line can block a little bit better maybe, or he can get loose on the perimeter and use his speed, I think they'll become a much better football team.
Second thing with Alleman, they seem to want to throw the ball a little bit this year.
Right.
And whether or not they can get that down to where it's really efficient and they can do it over and over and over, and then it could really be a problem.
Oh, I agree with you. I agree. How about UT?
Oh, but UT, I hear we got a few changes tonight.
Yeah, we do have a couple.
You want to talk about them a little bit?
Sure. I think Coach Tracy's made a couple adjustments. One, I think he's going to go Mike Freeman at quarterback in place of Ryan Lemon, and he does a nice job. He came in last week. Lemon's got a sore hand. I think it would. He got it banged up a little bit, but also Lemon's going to slide over and play in that tailback spot. So I think we'll see a couple of different faces, numbers in that backfield. So I think we're ready to roll here. So I think
really interesting this year as we go on. So many of the teams, Moline did it. UT's doing it tonight. Alleman did it with their change of their quarterback.
Right.
At Geneseo.
Yeah, exactly right.
There's a lot of like the teams are growing as the season goes on, and they're trying different things and different combinations and seeing just what all they can do.
Well, I think too, and in Western Big Six, there's a lot of conferences. We got some great coaches in this league, and if you have to make an adjustment, you make an adjustment. I think tonight, Lemon Ryan is a natural running back. I mean, that's his position, and I think he has done an excellent job at quarterback for the Panthers throughout the season. But again, if he's banged up a little bit and they want to throw the ball a little, I think that's the key. Freeman throws the ball better. Lemon throws the ball like a running back. And that's not a drawback. It's why he's a running back. If he'd been a quarterback and could have thrown it, he probably would have played quarterback for several years. But in the option attack, having a quarterback like Ryan is a big plus. But teams are going to looks like they're going to make us throw the ball a little bit, and Freeman is a little bit better. So let's just see how that turns out.
Yeah, I think that's going to be interesting to see the adjustments that were made for tonight's ball game.
Right.
And there's one mental adjustment that I'm sure both teams are going to come to play.
No question about that. This, like you said, and the field conditions are perfect. It's a UT Alleman football game, and the heads will be bopping in against each other. Both teams are kind of banged up right now after playing Moline. They're going to bruise you a little bit, and Alleman's had to go. Basically, they've gone 3 or 4 games in a row with the tough ball game against Rock Island. Stretch now. They got the Panthers. I'll tell you. What do you think?
Can we make it across that good turf?
Oh, I think we can. We've got. Wait a minute. Wait.
Just trying to sneak by.
Coach Smith, this is your second time by, and you're not going to let you do this
without looking for my wife, and now you don't think she's here.
Yeah, well, we're talking fairly close together, not necessarily because we're just that good of friends, but we only have one microphone. And
if you'd like to get real close and share it, you could get in here. Otherwise,
how about if you just read my lips?
Hey, congratulations on a great sophomore victory again. Kids are playing well.
Our boys have come a long ways this year. We're real happy with the way they're working hard in practice, and they're responding to what we're trying to do, and that's very rewarding. We got a shutout tonight, and we harped all week on no big plays, and we've given up big plays this year for touchdowns, and the boys played hard, and they played pretty smart and responded. We're very pleased with the way they've come around. They didn't win very many games last year as freshmen, and they're having a good time this year.
Yeah, they're doing several things. I think I think if you sat down and take a look at that coaching staff that you're working with at that sophomore level, you take a varsity staff and make them a sophomore staff in a hurry. And I'll tell you, I'm just been pleased the way the kids have come along with your and Coach Brewers and Coach Freeman. That's quite a crew.
That's quite an addition to having Gary Freeman.
You bet.
You know, just having that extra body there. Trying to work a full squad with only 2 coaches is very difficult. And Gary Freeman has come in the last 2 years. Last year he helped us with the varsity, and then this year he's come in and Coach Brewers and I kind of put a headlock on him in the spring when we found out we were going to be the sophomore coaches, and he said, "Oh, I'd love to do it." So, and what can you say about Mike Brewers that hadn't been said? I'll put him against any line coach in the state for his dedication to the game and the way he works with the kids and gets the message across.
Yeah.
He's a good person and a great coach, and you know how many years we go back together. So this is fun. We're having fun.
Well, congratulations again. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
It'll get fun next week, huh?
Have a nice broadcast.
We will, and we'll see you soon.
Next week, wherever we're at, don't be there.
Wait a minute.
No promises.
Well, folks, we'll be right back. We're ready to go here. The Pioneers and the Panthers from Rocky Stadium. It's Jim Sanders and Brian Mumma, and we'll see you in just a minute.
All righty.
Well, let's go with our starting lineup. For the Panthers, going to be number 45. First start for Ricardo Harris.
Number 63 for Alleman, Brian Arnold.
For the Panthers, number 75, going to be a defensive tackle. That's Brian Inman.
And number 61, John Kearney for the Pioneers.
Number 76 for the Panthers, Kevin Ward will start as a defensive tackle.
Adam Stinson, number 60 for Alleman.
83 is a defensive end. That's Ben Fagerlund.
And number 62, John Arnold.
63 for the Panthers is Scott DeFries, another defensive end.
And number 50 for the Pioneers. I don't have his.
We'll catch him in a minute. Matt Harris is number 31 for the Panthers at linebacker. There's number 80 there for Alleman.
Wood, we know him.
Number 40 for the Panthers, the other linebacker, Mike Hancock.
And number 86, Seth Taranis for the Pioneers.
Coming out for the Panthers, number 22, that's Mike Rickey.
And number 84 is Matt Brandy.
And starting in the defensive secondary is Ryan Lemon, number 15.
And number 36, Mike Berry for the Pioneers.
Cody Duran, number 11, defensive secondary.
And Bill Healy, number 33 for the Pioneers.
And the last defensive back, number 1, is Brian Kendall.
And number 7 is Aaron Ruthie.
Head coach for the United Township High School Panthers is Mike Tracy. And Dana Just is the coach over there at Alleman. That's a nice meeting there at midfield, you know it, Coach?
Yes.
It really is. Yeah, that is neat. Officials are ready, the Panthers are ready, the Pioneers. Let's get ready to rumble here. Root hog or die time?
Yes, sir. We got to figure out who number 50's name is.
Okay, we're going to work on that. You get them started, I'll be right back.
Get that.
I'm on my way. You can count on me.
All right.
I got an answer.
Kickoff. Who's number 50?
I'm going to get it for you. Chris Edwards is moving from number 90 to number 50 because he's going to play some offensive tackle. So Edwards is number 50. UT will kick off. That's your change. Number 34, I'm sure you talked about Terrence Clark and his ability to kick. Let's see what happens. The line shot. That ball's loose, Bryant.
'85. Adam Strupp made that stock, knocked it down, and saved herself some good field position right there and fell on it.
We did a nice job because that ball was really squirting around there. Well, the Pioneers will take over 1st and 10 on their own 32-yard line. You got them, Bryant.
Here come the Pioneers. Aaron Ruthie leading them up the line. Well, we got movement on the defense there. I don't know if anybody moved on the offense or not.
Yeah, we're going to find out real quick here. Alleman lined up offside.
Did something wrong there.
First,
I missed that.
1st and 15. They call them being offside, which means you simply lined up across the nose of that football. So that's a mistake you don't want to.
Makes you nervous when you
It
throw
does.
the ball for the first time and you lose 5 yards before you snap the ball.
I know it.
Huh?
Well, and you've just got the kids pumped up. You're ready to go. Let's go out. This is, if Alleman wins this ball game, it's got to be considered an upset. And I'm sure they've been planning for this the whole day, and then the whole week actually. And now we're all of a sudden 1st and 15.
More movement. Healy gets the ball, and he's piled up in the backfield. It looks like he's going to lose a couple yards there, Coach.
Well, the Panthers were there in a real big hurry. A little handback action that time. Inman's in the middle of that. A couple linebackers in there. DeFries was in there. We talked in the pregame that Healy's going to have to get more involved, and that was the very first play they had in mind. Maybe a little misdirection.
Chris Edwards is lining up at the right tackle.
Well,
50.
Yep.
Ruthie rolling out here.
Nice tackle that time. Mike Hancock on a real nice tackle. 83, Ben Fagerlund kind of kept him on the run, but Hancock finishes it off.
Was he looking to throw there?
I think initially he was, Brian, but the problem was Fagerlund put so much pressure on him, he just had to put the ball in his arm and run with it.
Took him out of his plan in a hurry.
I agree.
Well, 84, Matt Brandy's bringing in the 3rd down and 16 play.
Yep. Might be more than that. Might be closer to 19. Either way, it's in the playbook somewhere. Well, they go.
Nice play. Nice play. Ryan Wood on that catch. He's a nice tall boy. He got good hands. Every time we watch him play, he does a nice job.
Well, Brian, you take a look at that situation. It forced Alleman into a punting situation, but without the 5-yard penalty and the negative play on the quarterback keeper, Alleman could have kept possession of the ball that time.
Yeah, it's those little things.
Little things that make so much. Well, punt formation back for UT to receive this. Cody Duran, and number 2 is Ron Drew, and the Panthers have had good luck with their punt returns, and they're going to have a chance. Drew fumbles the ball, rolls back to the 10, back to 5. Drew picks it up. If he gets outside, he's got a chance.
The big gainers, you know.
Boom! Oh, big hit on the boundary at the 20-yard line, Bryant.
Barry with a hit over there knocked him out of bounds.
Well, Drew did a nice job after he fumbled that kick.
Pac-Man games, he was running for his life.
There were several green shirts, but I'll tell you what, by the time you got around the bend there, Alleman, they kind of overran that thing. Freeman at quarterback, as mentioned before, fullback inside on the carry. Lemon's running at tailback tonight, opening at fullback for the Panthers. Ends up being number 31, that's Matt Harris. He got the carry.
63, Brian Arnold at the bottom of that pile getting up.
It's a gain of about 2 yards, make that 2nd and 8 for the Panthers. The ball out now at about the 21-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the right. That's Duran and number 81, that's Pete Douglas. Lemon on the pitch, keeps his balance, and runs out to near the 30-yard line.
Well, he did a nice job of keeping his feet there enough to turn that from not a whole lot to a pretty decent gain, didn't he?
Just short of the first 2 or 3 plays. UT has had 2 positive. Looks like they're got a shot at picking up the first down.
Now it's 3rd and 1, so we'll see if Alleman guesses right here.
Split backs, pro formation to the right, straight dive. Good hard run by Matt Harris across the 30, out to about the 33-yard line, and it's a first down for UT.
Ryan Woods then on that tackle for the Pioneers. Well, Panthers draw first blood as far as
first downs. Well, and that's key. UT needs to keep possession of that ball. And Moline has proven that, and this year in this league, you keep possession of that football, good things can happen to you. Outside dive. Harris again on the carry, stopped at about the 35-yard line. Mark it up to about the 36, Brian.
Yeah, we got Chris Edwards and Barry both just met him real quick there. Nice plays there for Alleman that time.
Brian Kendall, number 1, brings the play in the ball game. Coming out is Ben Fagerland. We'll see what the Panthers are going to do here formation-wise. They took out a tight end and put in another wide receiver, but they got Steve Lopez at tight end. They got 3 receivers to this side, to the right side of the formation. Lemon on the sweep. Got some good blocking out in front. Lemon turns the corner, goes out of bounds at about the 41-yard line.
And he's ran out by number 9, Matt Franks. But he got a pretty good gain, about 7, 8 yards on that.
Well, UT went a little end over that time and had 2 wideouts and a tight end to what would be the right side of the formation. It's away from our camera. And again, tonight we're on what to you is the far side of the field, you folks watching the ball game.
How's everything going, John? Okay, 3rd and 2.
Quarterback sneak. Oh,
Quarterback sneak.
we got a penalty flag down.
Flags on the field, Coach.
Yes, we do.
Every week.
Every week we got them out there. This will be a difficult play.
Motion. Looks like we. All right.
We're back. How's that working up there? Is that working better? We're having a little technical difficulties here, but I think we're okay now, Brian. Motion. That went from being a first down on a nice quarterback sneak.
That's a big play there.
Play.
Big mistake.
Now we're back to about 3rd and about 8. 3rd and 8.
So it makes this game so hard. 11 men have to all do their job.
All at the same time, you betcha. See what the Panthers are call here. Coach Tracy's got the play in.
I think we'll throw our first pass here.
Douglas coming across the formation. Pass. In the flat. Lemon's wide open. Nice pass from Freeman. First down Panthers. Cross midfield. And out of bounds at about the Alleman 45-yard line.
And he's hauled down by Matt Roeder. Well, you know, we got to see a little change there, you know, with Mike throwing the ball to Lemon.
Right.
We've also found a receiver there in the backfield that's got pretty good hands and did a good job of handling that ball.
Ryan's got good hands, good receiver. Ran a really nice route that time. They cleared out the flat, and the Panthers are off and moving now. I backfield formations, 2 receivers to the left, motion across. Ryan Kendall. Hand fullback
inside trap.
You bet. Ooh, 1 step away that time for Matt Harris.
Ryan Woods with a shoestring tackle there to save that.
Well, the Panthers got a lot bigger, Brian, with this backfield. They're putting Ryan Lemon in there at tailback. Ryan's 198-pounder. Ron Drew has been starting there. He's only 159 pounds. Of course, Harris is 216. And Freeman, of course, Mike Freeman as a junior, 6'2", 176-pounder, doing a nice job leading this drive. Outside veer dive, straight through.
It's Lemon again.
Lemon out across. Might be right near the 30-yard line. Mark that thing right at about the 31-yard line. Another first down for the Panthers.
That's Brian Arnold got a piece of that tackle.
The other
Pioneers.
thing you talk about too, Brian, is overcoming obstacles. The Panthers were able to overcome that 5-yard penalty, and Alleman in their first possession were not able to overcome that. So it's first down for UT. Pro set to the right, split backs. Outside veer dive again, nowhere to run this time, but still good leg drive by Matt Harris.
Barry on the bottom of that pile. Boy, tightened up that time.
They sure did.
Well, they're getting down there where they got to get a little tougher here.
They got Barry playing linebacker. Brian, is that where he's coming from there?
Yeah. Barry and Arnold,
Okay.
the linebacker there.
I haven't had a chance to look at their defense. They still playing that 50, or are they running a 6-man front right now?
Well, it was a 50. Now we'll see what they do this time.
50 again.
Yep.
2 wide receivers to the left. I formation this time. Freeman.
See, the big change is Healy's out here in the outside linebacker spot where he was on the inside.
Wide open in the flat. Nice catch. Steve Lopez, number 89, made a nice catch. And I think we ought to mention something, Brian. His dad, Steve's dad, number 89's dad, Mike, is 60 years old today.
Is that right?
It's amazing. And,
that's great.
And he was our mailman in our neighborhood for years until he retired. And I always thought he did a good job, but I discovered that after checking it real close, he always got there pretty early in the day. But I discovered we were getting Wednesdays mail on Fridays.
Uh-oh.
So maybe he's 2 days late and $1
Well,
short.
his timing might have been a
Timing
little
was
off.
just a little off.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Mike Lopez. Steve made a nice catch there. 3rd down and 4 for the Panthers. Duran in motion across the formation. Option. Freeman on a good carry that time across it. I think he's got the 1st down.
That was a nice run, a big play there.
Showed a lot of
And
poise.
I think maybe Brian Arnold was in on that tackle. I'm not sure that time.
They showed a lot of poise on that one, I'll tell you that.
1st and 10 Panthers.
Ball was at the Alleman 20-yard line. 1st and 10.
Pioneers gradually giving up. They're running out of turf here.
Well, the Panthers started at their own 20. They've moved the ball all the way to the Alleman 20. There's 5 minutes, 49 seconds to go here in the 1st quarter. 2 wide receivers to this side, to the right of the formation, stuck in the backfield again.
Very nice play that time by Ryan Wood, who really covered that up, and 25, Darren Lavery, come up in there and filled her up good.
Looks like that Alleman's doing a lot of slanting and stuff with those people up front, but up until that play, most of the tackles being made by linebackers. So if you can get those linebackers, you figure you're doing a pretty good job most of the time. But a 2nd and 11 now for the Panthers. Kendall in motion across the formation. Option, quarterback keeps. Freeman makes a nice run down to about the 18-yard line. Turned that ball up, took it to the 18-yard line.
Brian Arnold got a piece of that tackle.
Sets up another big down play, Brian. 3rd down and about 7. The ball located at the Alleman 17-yard line. Remember, you got Terrence Clark over there on that sideline warming up for a field goal, so the Panthers are in field goal range.
That looks scary that time, Coach, because if Mike looks out there, he's got the pitch man wide open.
Well, and the other thing is, too, is there was nobody on the quarterback at all that time, so a lot of gambling going on right now by the Alleman defense, and that could help you or hurt you here. Pass, flood to the flat. Oh, pressure, look out. Oh, my.
Chris Edwards
Oh,
come crashing in there,
big
defensive end, and really put it on him. Big hit.
Adam Stimson, number 60, was in there pretty close to that one, too. And UT's going to try a field goal, Brian. We'll see what we have here now. It's going to be 4th and about 13.
Hey, the Pioneers came through. They
sure
stiffened
did.
up and did what they had to do here.
Steve Lopez is going to be the holder here. Our snapper up inside is number 25. That's Ernie Jack. Does a nice job. Terrence Clark, the kicker. He's going to kick from the 32-yard line. This will be a 42-yard field goal, Brian. What little wind we have is kind of a crosswind tonight. So
The secret is, can they get the snap, the hold, and the kick all 3 timed together?
And protect. They got high snap.
High snap.
That kick
Kick's
is
not
not
gonna
going
make
to be.
it.
Oh, my. Just a little bit wide.
Oh, we got a
the
flag.
left.
Wait a minute. We got a flag.
Penalty flag back here, so
It's right by where the kicker was. I don't know what happened.
roughing the kicker against Alleman, Brian.
Oh,
A huge break for the Panthers.
my.
Huge break. The field goal by Clark was just short and a little bit wide to the left. But UT's going to get an automatic 1st down here.
I guess we both went like this with the ball.
I wasn't
I
watching.
missed it.
I did too. Well, we know the Panthers don't need the tee right now because it's going to be 1st down.
Is that automatic 1st down, isn't
I
it?
think it is. It is for in the punting situation.
Yeah, we'll have to see here. I'm not sure if it is or not.
Roughing the kicker. 1st down.
Yes. I thought it was, but I wasn't sure.
Well, sometimes they change the rules on us, Brian, and they don't tell us.
Never during the game, though.
No. Well, I've coached games where I think they've changed the rules in the middle before. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'm sure
Well,
you have.
UT gets a nice break here. The ball's at the Alleman 12-yard line. 1st and 10. Big break.
1st down every time. Matt Harris has been getting the ball, and I think Alleman's starting to get onto that. What do you think's going to happen this
Split
time?
backs. I think we're going to go. Panthers going to go outside this time. Outside veer. How about that?
Ryan Lemon.
Ryan Lemon
Big
to the goal
gain.
line, about the 1-yard line. Falls and bounces to the goal line, but I think they're going to mark it just short of the goal line. Another 1st down for the Panthers. 1st and goal inside the 1.
Well, Ryan Lemon is a good-looking running back.
Oh,
he
he
was
is.
leaning forward, had that weight forward,
Yeah.
and he
Well,
was
he
going to
brings-
get positive yardage one way or another.
And he brings 198 pounds with him when he comes up in there with some good quickness. So I'm sure he's enjoying this ball game. He likes being a running back.
Combination of him and Harris gives a couple pretty strong running backs
Boy,
for
that's
running
for sure.
inside.
That's for sure. Brian Moons at center comes up over the ball. Alleman shifts down into the gaps. Outside veer, but no place to run. Panthers going to lose a couple yards there. Alleman appears to be a little stronger on their defensive right side.
Tony DeJulio, number 88, had both legs right there.
That was a nice play.
Nice play.
One of the big factors, UT has not fumbled the ball in these situations. Several times the backs are getting hit just about the time the ball's getting handed to them, so they're holding on. But that ball's on the 2-yard line. Loss of 2, almost 2 full yards. 2 minutes, 56 seconds to go.
I'm going to bet they come back here to the right side.
That's sweep to Lemon. Breaks it up inside, dives in, touchdown Panthers. A quick sweep right. The fullback went left, and maybe that's exactly what you want to do on that one. But
well, he had one man to beat, and he made a beautiful cut and beat him.
Right. Well, and then you get 198 pounds with your head down, and you only need a yard. It's pretty hard to do.
Once he beat him, he was going, wasn't he?
You go low, he's going to go right over the top. You stay high, you get run over. And so with 2:47 to go here in the first quarter, the Panthers are on the scoreboard first on a nice 80-yard drive, aided by a roughing the kicker penalty on a field goal, missed field goal by Terrence Clark. Extra
Better
point.
snap.
Kick is up, and the kick is
good.
Good, and UT leads 7-0, and we're in the first quarter. Brian, I'll tell you, a reminder, our folks, our big, our major sponsor, that's Independent Insurance Services Incorporated on Locust Street in Davenport, are bringing you this ball game along with their other sponsors. We're going to take a short break. He'll be right back with you in just a moment. And we're back here now.
Yes, we are.
Panthers kick off again. Each team has had the ball one time. UT used it most of that quarter to take that ball down the field, but with 2 minutes, 47 seconds to go and UT leading 7-0, Terrence Clark will kick off.
Got Healy back and Ryan Ekstrom back for the Pioneers.
Deep kick.
Looks like Healy's going to get the ball.
That's their speed man. That's their speed man. Boy, Panthers are there, though. Nice play. Brian Kendall, number 1, is in on that one big time. Matt Harris is there. Ron Drew.
Well, the 2 ball games that we've got to cover the Pioneers, we know Healy's an excellent runner,
right,
but he's just not getting an opportunity to run very much. I mean, it's hard to get him. Everybody's keying on him, it seems like.
Well, and, you know, and we'd be remiss if we didn't mention how many great players, and we did in the pregame a little bit, how many great players Alleman graduated. And they're hard to replace. There's some young linemen in there, and they're going to get better. But right now, Healy isn't having much space to run. There's a fumble on the
ball
ground.
on the ground. See what happened here.
Ball, UT ball. Who's got that thing under there? Right on top of it, Matt Harris. Matt Harris recovers at the Alleman 18-yard line.
Oh, boy, that's bad turnover there.
That was a straight dive, Brian, and he actually had about a 2-3 yard gain, looked like. But bang. Let's go put that ball 20. Let's put a 24-yard line.
I didn't get. Was it Matt Harris that hit him? Somebody stuck him pretty good there.
I'm not sure. I didn't see that. They got a pro set for the Panthers. 2 receivers to the left side, split backs. This time Mike Hancock in the ball game, and Hancock gets the handoff, drives up towards the 20-yard line. Hancock splitting time at fullback with Matt Harris.
Both 60 and 62, John Arnold and Adam Stimson was in on that tackle.
Hancock's a 5'11", 192-pound senior. He and Matt Harris. Harris is 6'1", 216. So they bring a load. Both of them bring a load with them when they get up in there. Lemon is still at tailback. Mike Freeman at quarterback. Hancock to carry again out to about the 20-yard line. We'll take a quick look at that Panther offensive line. We get that group in there. Number 50 is Josh Taranis. I see him out there. 76 is Kevin Ward. Brian Moons, number 51, is the center. Get you that left guard, left tackle here as soon as the Panthers come out of the huddle. That line, obviously, in that first drive, that group did an outstanding job, Brian. Panthers need either equipment problem. Well, UT calls timeout. 71, David Freeman's at left tackle, and number 60, Sean Keller, is at left guard. The UT takes a timeout, and I think it was either a formation problem or something, Brian. But let's take a short break here, give our sponsors a chance to share some time with you. 1:37 to go. Panthers lead 7-0. Well, we're back here at Almquist Field. It's Jim Sanders with Brian Mumma. We're in the first quarter. The Panthers and the Pioneers. 3rd and about 8 for UT. Double wing this time. Hancock in motion. Pass. Lemon in the seam. Almost picked off out there.
Lemon played a little defense there, Coach.
Yep. Good DBs are able to do that. Nice defensive secondary play out there. And the Panthers maybe a field goal situation again here. Here comes Clark and his buddies.
But Alleman made a few adjustments and stiffened up there.
Yes, they sure did. If they can get away with the 3 points even, it's a big morale booster, I'll tell you. Again, Jack will be the snap, Ernie Jack, Steve Lopez to hold, and Terrence Clark gets it all. The kick is up, and the kick is good, and the Panthers lead 10-0 with 1:28 to go in the first quarter.
So it's kind of a good and bad. It's the Panthers did get 3 points out of it, but Pioneers held tight right there when they give that ball up.
That was about a 38-yard field goal that time by Terrence Clark, and he had plenty of leg in that one right down the middle.
But the Pioneers are close on them, aren't they?
And you bet. Now they're coming from the outside. It's hard to block that thing from the outside, though. It's just without landing on the holder or somebody. Well, UT's kickoff team's getting ready to go out there. Some faces that we haven't seen so far. I'm going to get you a guy or two that hasn't been on regular defense. Sylvester Banks is number 30. He's out there. Number 90 is Brian Stone. He'll be running down under this kick. Outside, Ron Drew, number 2. Everybody else, I think, are guys that we've already talked about a little bit here. Clark, I tell you what, that's a nice weapon to have. Booms through the extra point to give the Panthers 7 and fouls it up with a what do we decide that thing was? About a 30.
Well, he kicked it from a
37-yard field goal.
Excuse me.
You're the only guy I know that gets phone calls here in the booth. Brian will be right back.
Hello.
Kickoff comes down to about the 15-yard line.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it might go. Healy breaks it to the 40-yard line.
I'm in a football booth there. We're broadcasting the game. What I want to tell you.
Healy takes that ball back to about the 40-yard line, and Alleman's going to take over here. I don't know. I took a shower. I did everything I'm supposed to do, but the phone rings and Brian leaves, so I'm here by myself. So he'll be right back. Ruthie at quarterback. Pioneers 2 wide receivers rights. Option right. Ruthie with the ball. Pitches outside. Healy turns the corner to the midfield to about the 49-yard line of the Panthers. Healy on a nice run that time. Ruthie that time held the ball the last second, made a nice pitch. And as we talked in the pregame, it's important that Healy gets some running room to the outside. First down for Alleman. 1:13 to go in the first quarter. A little more zip coming out of the huddle right now by Alleman. I formation, 2 wide receivers to the left. Ball's at the Panther 49-yard line. Dump pass down the seam. Wide open, great catch. Number 80 is Ryan Wood. Ryan's 6'5" and 205-pound senior. And immediately, Alleman is on the Panther 34-yard line. It looks like the Pioneers have received the wake-up call. It took them till about 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. But Alleman is live and kicking right now and getting close to knocking on that door. I formation, tight end right. Fullback trap inside. Barry on the carry inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line of the Panthers. Barry's made a nice run that time. Took that ball down inside. They're going to mark at it to 34. That's not the 34-yard line. It's a 29-yard line. 2nd and 5. Oh, kind of a little counter play, but nowhere to run that time. Stacked up at about the 30-yard line. The 33, Healy was on that carry. Brian, you're back.
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are. I'll take Alleman on down the field, or you take UT this time on the defense. Right. And that's the end of the first quarter. So we will have time to think about this a little bit. Brian is back from his phone call, which is pretty neat. It's nice to know you have friends in high places. We're going to take a short break here at the end of the first quarter. The Panthers lead the Pioneers 10-0.
Keeping your community strong is a responsibility for all who live there. Whether it's through teamwork or working together to build a better town, your Pekin agent will be there for friendly, reliable service. When you need help and can't wait, meet someone in your neighborhood who knows his customers. Depend on your hometown professional, your independent Pekin insurance agent.
Pekin Insurance.
For a quick quote on auto, home, and life, call your Pekin agent at Independent Insurance.
Hey parents, are you looking for a unique gift idea for your kids? Or do you just want them out of the house and into the yard? How about a backyard soccer goal from Flicks on State Street? They let your kids play soccer like the pros at least 3 seasons of the year. Made of rugged PVC pipe, Flicks sells goals in 2 sizes, the 4x6 foot youth size and the full-size 6x12 footer. Backyard soccer will never be the same, and you'll be the proudest soccer parents in the league. Get your kicks and your backyard soccer goals at Flicks on State Street in Bettendorf.
We're back here, start of the second quarter. This is Jim Sanders with Brian Mumma. If you joined us late, the Panthers scored on a nice 80-yard drive for a touchdown, helped out by a roughie and the kicker penalty on a missed field goal, and then followed an Alleman turnover with another field goal. Ruthie on a quick pass inside, nice completion. The receiver kind of turned back. He's around the 23 or 4-yard line. We'll see where that went. Trying to figure who the receiver was that time, Brian.
Going to be 3rd and short.
No,
Receiver
first down.
They gave him the first down?
Yep.
Seth
Taranis on that catch. Nice curl-in pattern out there. Put him right in the way. And Ruthie's throwing the ball real well on this drive. So mark it first down. The Panther 23-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Pioneers. Outside handoff. Barry on the carry. Panthers are... Ball's loose.
Ball's
loose again. Panthers say they've got it. Nobody in the striped shirt said anything yet. UT ball on a fumble recovery, and Alleman turns the ball over again.
Up front there for Alleman, Chris Edwards, John Kearney, John Arnold, Nate Polish, and Ryan Wood.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you, they were doing a nice job there, and the lineman can't do anything with a fumble. So 11:23 to go. There's another big play in this ball game, Brian. The Panthers take over on their own 23-yard line, 1st and 10.
There's 2 turnovers now, right?
Yep. Matt Harris on the carry, takes it out to about the 25-yard line. Good offensive line blocking in there by the Panthers. They've still got that same line coming off there in a hurry. You know, I tell you, sometimes you play a team like Moline and the way they come off the football, and you have to sit there all week and watch those guys do good against you, and all of a sudden you say, I think I can do that. And again, different opposition, I understand that, but the UT line this week appears to be coming off the ball a lot better than they did last week. A lot more zip coming out that line. Wishbone by the Panthers this time. Terrence Clark's in the backfield, running wide. Hancock can't turn the corner. Terrence Clark was in there as one of the running backs.
Ryan Wood just chased him down and got enough of his shoulder pad there from behind that he wasn't going to let him go anywhere.
Did a nice job. Well, UT went to the wishbone a little bit last week against Moline. This time they went with Terrence Clark as one of the running backs, with Harris at fullback and Hancock. So he used a little different look back there, and giving Ryan Lemon a little bit of a rest right now. Panthers are going to come out with the same personnel but go double wing. The lone back behind Freeman. Counter coming back. Terrence Clark breaks out across the 30. Good.
Oh, what a cut!
To the 40.
There's a good block.
He may go. He's to the 40.
Got one man to beat.
To the 30. He may go all the way. Terrence Clark. There are no flags on the field. Panthers score. Terrence Clark
Oh, man.
My gracious.
A tremendous cut right here in front of us at the 45-yard line to set that up. And then he has one man to beat, and he showed some strength as to run through that tackle as the man tried to tackle him.
Well, he did a good job because he stayed far enough inbounds for our young people. You got a better look on that side than we did because the camera's over there. But he was well within the boundary, so when he did get bumped there, it didn't knock him out of bounds. But Clark goes 80 yards, and the Panthers lead 16-0. Long strike that time. Panthers have had an 80-yard drive and now an 80-yard run. 2 80-yard drives here. 2 different ways to do that. Clark on the kick after an 80-yard run, and it is good, and the Panthers lead 17-0 and threaten to break this thing wide open here at Almquist Field. How about that, Brian?
Oh my! I tell you, Terrence Clark's quite a body running there. You know.
Well, Terrence,
he's 6 foot, 184 pounds, and once he got through that line and come out that back, he looked like the big kids playing with the little kids.
He
I mean,
sure did.
He looked strong, didn't he?
Well, he high-stepped a little bit. He made a great cut, and number 89 that time, Steve Lopez, peeled back and waited perfect timing for the Alleman defender to turn. Clark set the block up. Lopez makes the block, and he's gone. Excellent effort down there that time by Alleman. Tom Huffert made a great effort to bring Clark down, but Clark wasn't going to be stopped that time. And boy, oh boy, UT is looking sharp tonight.
You know, it'd been easy for Lopez to watch that play about that time, and he was really a football player to turn there and get that last block
yes,
for him.
He was.
Well, here we go. We got Healy back, along with Ekstrom.
Run for an 80-yard touchdown and kicked an extra point. If you got anything left here, it's going to be more of a squib kick this time, rolling down inside the 15-yard line. Good coverage by the Panthers. Great coverage. Number 81 that time was Pete Douglas, and he pinned that running back to the boundary.
Number 60, Sean Keller with a nice tackle there.
Good job. Sean's a neat kid. Let's take a look at that Panther defense now. We talked about them in the opening, but at nose guard, you got number 45. That's Ricardo Harris. The D tackles are Kevin Ward, number 70. Excuse me, go back a little bit. Brian Inman, 75. And on this series, David Freeman's number 71. The 2 defensive ends, number 63, is Scott DeFries. On the far side, Ben Fagerlund is number 83. Your linebackers are Harris and Hancock.
The difference is Inman's lined up at a D tackle tonight.
Right. Well, Harris played well enough last week, I think, in that ball game against Moline, and he's a tough young man. He's a tough young man. While we got a penalty here.
Well, I think he saves somebody from having to go both ways now.
Well, sure it does.
Another player.
Well, Moons has been playing in there, and then that allowed Inman to play on the nose, and Moons was playing D tackle, and he's kind of nursing a sprained ankle. Actually, he's had a bad ankle the whole season, but that allows him to do that. The Panthers secondary to finish out this group, number 1 is Brian Kendall. Number 11 is Cody Duran. Ryan Lemon is number 15. And number 22 is Mike Rickey. And those Panther defenders are pitching a shutout right now. Little baseball term there. Did you catch that one there, Brian?
Inside trap there.
That's a good-looking play.
So Darren Lavery on that carry.
Nice
we got
run.
a different running back in there. I was still looking for Healy's number.
Yeah.
Did a nice job there.
Yeah, he came up in there, stayed low, and stayed behind his blockers, did a nice job. Isolate a little bit on Ricardo Harris over the center now. Harris, number 45. We'll see how he does here. Stands the center up, runs the football. Panthers are there. Oh, Ricky makes a nice tackle at the boundary.
Pat Martinez on this carry, as Alleman's got a new backfield in there running the ball.
Well, you can only lay the ball on the ground so many times, Brian, before you got to put somebody else in there for a minute or two, kind of get the other young man relaxed and calmed down. And, of course, both the running backs for Alleman, Healy and Barry, play defense full time, so they may be pretty tired right now.
Well, you got to believe we're going to see a pass here, maybe.
3rd and 5. Ball's at the 30-yard line.
Healy back to, or Aubrey back to pass.
Little bumping going on out here. A little bit more bumping, but that's incomplete. Coaches want a little penalty flag there, but
there was a little contact there. They were both looking for the ball, though.
well, the initial contact occurred when the Alleman player ran into the defender. That was the initial contact. And I'm not so sure that ball was catchable. It was definitely out of bounds. Maybe that's what the officials called. But that's bad news for Alleman. That sets up 4th down, 4th and 5.
Well, if it happened in front of my bench, I'd have wanted to call.
Oh, I agree with you. No question about that.
You might have said,
I'd
hey,
have
wasn't
said,
that
are you
interference?
sure about that, sir?
Oh, fake there, like they were going to fake the punt.
Well, Duran may get a chance to run this. Cody picks it up and it's nailed immediately. Inside the 30-yard line.
Great tackle by Chris Edwards right down there, and he caught him right now.
Yes, he did. Gutsy play that time. Cody Duran, 5'8", 151-pound senior, took that ball on one hop and tried to make something of it.
Well, he might have saved them about 8-10 yards there. That ball could have taken off rolling, you know.
Yeah, the ground's getting a little harder now as we get towards fall and heading towards a little cooler temperatures here. Well, it's a great night tonight, though, Brian.
Oh, yes.
My gracious.
Really nice out here, isn't it?
There's no wind. Absolutely no wind. 8:54 to go. Panthers up by 17. Sweep. Ron Drew on the carry this time. Out across the 30 to about the 32-yard line, almost to 33. Ron Drew in his first action in the backfield.
John Kearney on that tackle for the Pioneers.
And the Panthers have used several ball carriers this time through. Steve Lopez helmet is...
Seems like all the teams are using a lot of running backs the last few years here, more and more, and that's good, you know.
Well, you know, really, it's a long season. This is a tough league. I don't care what anybody says. You know, if you played anybody out of the Western Big Six, you go get hit. You go get hit for 4 quarters every week. And so it's tough to be a running back in this league. Straight dive, hard in there. Nice run by Ron Drew again that time. And again, the fresh legs. Last series, Terrence Clark had the fresh legs. This time, Ron Drew is in there. Coach Tracy and his staff doing an excellent job of keeping those runners up in there fresh. And Alleman's got a lot of kids going both ways right now, and they got to be getting a little bit tired on defense.
So we're looking at 3rd and about 3.
It's a big play right now for the Panthers. If they can convert here and get a first down, it puts Alleman, you know, back on their heels again. End over this time. Panthers going unbalanced towards the camera side, to the right, sprint pass. Open in the flat. Brian Kendall on a nice catch and knocked out of bounds. We'll see where they mark that ball.
Knocked out of bounds by Healy over there on the side. He was open. He did a nice job of throwing the ball, nice job of catching it there.
First down. You know, right now, Alleman needs a timeout.
Now that's a dimension that UT's added this week that we hadn't seen. That so far their execution of their pass plays have been pretty clean looking.
Real clean, excellent. Mike Freeman's doing a great job throwing the ball on the run. Alleman does get a timeout here with 7 minutes 39 seconds to go. They need to talk this over. The Panthers that time went with a flood route after going to an unbalanced line. They ran end over, putting 3 quick receivers out there. And what do you say about that, Bryant?
Well, I think it's time to take a short break here with the timeout.
Good.
To stop here, Coach. There's no doubt about it. This is getting the point of the game where they just can't give up another drive right here before halftime.
Yep, absolutely right. UT might be offside. I think we lined up offside out here, Brian. Right in front of our position.
Yeah, we could see right down the line that time. You don't think that Alleman coach was pointing it out to that lineskeeper there, do you?
All I know is that he was tugging on the back of the official's pants there, so I think they got their attention, but UT draws a 5-yard penalty. We want to also thank the Alleman administration, Larry Schulte, and the athletic department, administration here at Alleman. They put us in the catbird seat. I tell you what, when we go to Moline, we're sitting right there at about the 48-yard line. You got to be sitting on about the 46 or 7-yard line right here. Perfect conditions.
Yeah, we want to thank everybody. They've been really nice to us at all these
straight dive
places.
Coming through. Oh, that's Harris still churning those legs out across the 45, out to about the 48-yard line. Picked up a big chunk of what the Panthers lost and then some on that penalty.
Number 9, Matt Franks, at the bottom of that play for the Pioneers.
You know, Panthers lost 5 on the penalty, picked up 10 on the run by Matt Harris. So it's second down, let's say 9 yards on the carry. So it's second down about 6, 7:14 to go. Panthers ready to move that ball again into Alleman territory. 2 wide receivers to the left, split backs, Drew and Harris. Mike Freeman at quarterback. Duran in motion. Dump down the seam. Oh, it's tipped.
Healy picks it off. Alleman turned the other way, and he's got some room. Brings it up to about the 46-yard line before he's tackled there.
Freeman, Brian, made a great decision there, and the receiver was wide open, and the ball just got tipped somewhere on the way, and man, Healy went to that ball in a hurry.
Well, that's just what the Pioneers needed, was a break right here to kind of even this ball game out and give them a chance to turn this thing around before halftime. They got a chance to move the ball. They got great field position here. They need to move the ball this time.
Well, they do, and they got to hang on to the ball. You know, they've moved it a couple times, not real well, but they moved it a little bit, but they also had trouble hanging on to it.
Now we got a good view here, looking right down the line of scrimmage.
Motion in the backfield that time by Alleman. UT moved, but they weren't offside, and the running back from Alleman moved early.
So again, before they even get started, they're going to be down 5 yards.
Well, you know what the theme of the game was? The teams had to do what? That root hog or die?
That's right.
So far, the Panthers are much better root hogs.
Well, you know, it's kind of like in tennis when you serve the ball out of bounds, they call it unforced error.
Right.
And the Pioneers have had several of those here in the first half.
Really have.
They've hurting themselves there.
Well, and you know, your season is going to a point where you are struggling a little bit. You've played some very good teams and lost some games, fairly close games. But, I mean, you can't do this against good football teams.
Ruthie's pass.
Oh, nice catch.
Great catch.
Look out.
Was that Lemon that tipped that, or
Cody Duran was in there. Lemon was both of them were right there around that ball. Ryan Ekstrom, was that 31 on that catch, Brian?
Sure, I think it was Ekstrom. I tell you, that tip, and he kept the concentration and hauled that thing in, and darn near got away with it for the touchdown.
Don't look now, but it's 17-0 with 6:32 to go. The Pioneers are at the Panther 31-yard line.
They're on the move. Oh,
no, not this play. Ricardo Harris, number 45, right in the middle of that. DeFries is in the middle of that one, and Hancock.
Pat Martinez didn't even get a chance that time. He got the ball, and two guys hit him right then.
I'll tell you what, you like watch some defensive line play right now. Take a look at the Panthers' defensive line. Freeman's doing a good job. That's David Freeman. Ricardo Harris at nose guard. Brian Inman at D tackle. They're coming off that ball in a hurry. In the seam. Officials, there's your penalty flag that the Alleman people have been waiting for.
Yeah, a little pass interference looks like.
Well, that's going to be a big play because that'll be a first down. And I tell you, the receiver did a beautiful job of putting himself between the ball and the defender. The defender had no choice but to go through him to get to that football. Otherwise, it's a completed pass. So, you know, a good throw by Ruthie and a nice route that time by the receiver. And that's going to be a first down for Alleman. Now the ball is at the Panther 18-yard line.
Well, this is the Pioneers' biggest chance to score now. They're right down in there, and they need to put this one in the end zone and put themselves back in this ball game before halftime.
Exactly right. Speed option by Alleman. No place to run
Ruthie
here.
hanging on.
Panthers all over that play. 31 that time. Matt Harris did a great job. But they ran that play into the short side of the field, and the Panthers just strung that thing out. There was no chance. When you go speed option into the short side, you got people covered in a real big hurry.
Well, that's not what we needed on 1st and 10 there.
No.
Pioneers were right down there knocking. Now they need to come back with a play here that's going to put them back in this. And I would look again for maybe Ryan Wood on something, either this play or the next play.
Right. Well, they've got him isolated out there on Mike Rickey. Let's just see what happens. Quick screen. Oh, nice play out there that time. Mike Rickey made a nice hit on that.
Pat Martinez with the catch and the carry that time, and he got a few yards back.
Rickey's hurt. He's had a stinger, one of those little shoulder injuries where if you play a little football and you actually hit anybody. Now, Brian, I never had that injury, so you probably did. You didn't have one either? Well, I didn't have one of those stingers. When the big hitters hit people and it kind of runs down your arm, kind of like hitting your crazy bone. But Mike's been hurt a little bit with that, and it's become kind of a chronic thing for him right now. So hopefully they'll take care of that in a hurry. We probably want to take a short break as the training staff from UT comes out.
Right. Come on, Pioneers. You need a big play right here. The 3rd down 11 play. Ruthie going to throw the ball.
Oh,
it's picked off by Lemon.
Lemon to about the 20-yard line on the return.
That was exactly the same pickoff as happened to UT back up here at the other end.
Well, Ryan Lemon ended up being the primary receiver. He was wide open. He's wide open.
Well, I'm sure, you know, they've run that play about 3 times now, and if you're Ryan Lemon, you're looking for that now.
Well, they're trying to work the Panthers so that as they adjust the secondary and pre-rotate and/or rotate, Ryan Lemon will end up in center field once in a while on that one, and he was in the right place at the right time, and UT takes over. Take a look at that backfield. They're going to go with Hancock and Ron Drew out of the I formation. Inside run by Hancock just across the 20 to about the 21-yard line.
Barry on that tackle. Heading by the feet there, and Panthers only got about 2 yards on that as Pioneers are stiff. You know, you take away the first drive by the Pioneers, and they really haven't moved the ball that much since then.
And the Pioneers or the Panthers?
Or the Panthers, I mean.
Right. Yeah, the 180-yard run.
Yeah,
really.
And the big run.
The big run.
As far as a long drive or anything.
Turnovers, Alleman turnovers have helped. Now, if UT can take this in the last 4:41 and go 80 yards again, look out.
We're going to throw the ball.
Little overthrown that time. That's a tough run. He's being pressured that time.
Boy, that's tough to be accurate like that, you know, when you're on the dead run.
Well, and one thing about it, you know, the thing you like about that is realizing the pressure's there, realizing your receiver's covered. Freeman just threw that ball out over his head, and he'll try a third down.
Well, the nice thing about that play, it's usually if he throws it high like that, either your man's going to get it or nobody's going to get it.
Well, third down, he's had lots of receivers open on that far sideline over there. All those white shirts were wide open over there.
I see Terrence
Clark.
Terrence Clark's back in the ball game. You don't think he's going to get the ball,
he might get it again right here. Comes up short of the first down on a little inside counter by the Panthers. Brings the ball out across the 25-yard line, out to about the 27, but it sets up a 4th down and 2, and UT's going to punt that ball away with 4:20 to go here in the second quarter.
Well, he got a pretty good gain on that run.
He did. And again, it's a difference of 6-7 yards in the field position game. So we'll see what happens. Clark will be doing the punting. Ernie Jack will be doing the snapping. Whoa.
That was close. Healy's going to get this ball.
Ron
and
Drew's
he's got a wall over here if he can get over here. Oh, now he went the other way. That's no wall over there. All the white shirts went that way.
Number 40, number 50, and on the tackle for the Panthers that time, Josh Charanas, number 50, and Mike Hancock, number 40, covered him up at about the 30 or about the 45-yard line, but good field position for Alleman.
So we got 3:50 left in the first half with the Panthers leading 17-0 right now, and the Pioneers take over and another opportunity to march it down there. Missed a good opportunity the Pioneers did on that last drive.
Yes, they did.
Moved the ball pretty good and turned it over.
Yeah, we got a penalty coming here. Holding penalty against Alleman.
3 takeaways for the Panthers in this first half.
Right, and then they've only turned it up. They're +2 on the giveaway takeaway charts right now, and the score 17-0. That tells you something, doesn't it?
Got to hang on to that ball.
Yes, you do.
So here comes the Pioneers.
They're out of the huddle. Split backs again. Quickly, I was going to say, either Alleman's left guard was the fastest human being off that I've seen, or he moved just a little bit early.
Brian Arnold, number 63, playing linebacker on defense, has been playing center on offense quite a bit tonight.
Wow. I'll tell you what, a holding penalty. Alleman takes possession with decent field position, somewhere up past the 40, and end up holding on the punt return, and then having a legal procedure on the first down. Sets up another 1st and 15. How many times has Alleman started drives tonight?
First and 15. Several, yes. That just has to stop.
Yep. If you're going to beat anybody any good, and I'll tell you what, the Panthers are good, you cannot do that. Pass, screen.
Screen pass to Healy. He's got a little.
Oh, he might go.
He could go.
There's a big look at Terrence Clark. Terrence Clark is not going to get him.
He's not going to get him. Touchdown, Pioneers.
Oh,
big
my
play.
Gosh, a huge play.
That finally found a way, Coach, to get Healy the ball and a chance to run.
Exactly.
And that's just exactly what he did.
Ended up being a 70-yard touchdown, actually 69-yard touchdown pass from Ruthie to Healy, and he broke loose. And for a second, I thought Terrence Clark was going to catch him.
Well, he was gaining on him like mad, but he I don't know what happened there.
Either
but
one guy ran out of gas or the other
other
guy
one
shifted gears.
I think so.
We're not sure what, but I'll tell you what, guess who gets to kick the extra point here?
You can run a little faster when somebody's chasing you that close.
Well, and Terrence is a pretty mean guy. He was probably going to get all over you if he could. Huge play.
Pioneers is good. And we're looking at 17-7, and that is a big turnaround in this ball game.
Well, you're absolutely right, Brian. The Panthers had things going just the way they wanted. Alleman was UT was doing a lot of good things defensively and offensively, and Alleman was getting penalized, fumbling the ball and everything else. But as it happens in so many games, you're looking here at a 17-7 ball game, and then UT now needs to mount a drive and maybe score some points before half.
Well, the momentum's changed now, I think, and it's a question of, will UT come back and establish herself, or is Alleman going to take it up a notch now?
Exactly right. Exactly right. Well, UT is going to get the ball to start the third quarter. That's a big plus. If UT could mount a drive here, get down, even kick a field goal, and then get the ball to start the third quarter, that'd make a big difference. Timeout-wise, I'm trying to remember if UT has used a timeout. I think maybe they
don't think so. Well, yes, they did early. They used one.
I think they used one early.
Used one.
So, Panthers have back deep. Ron Drew is back there, along with number 11. That's Cody Duran. The up backs are Sylvester Banks. You got Hancock and Harris are up there, and I would guess that's Terrence Clark.
That Pat Voss kicking off for the Pioneers.
Oh, Voss kicked the extra point. Oh, little pooch kick, and they're going to try to take a chance.
It's going to go out of bounds. Alleman coach tried to kick it back in. Did you see that? Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. He had the right idea. The Panthers had a little hole out there about the 30-yard line, but Voss was not able to put it there, and UT is going to take possession of the ball, and it should be.
I think they were trying for a turnover right there?
I really do.
I think
UT
they were.
runs 2 deep and 4 up front, and at each 30-yard marker, there's a little pocket right there. It looked like they're trying to pop one up right into that pocket.
Just needed that kick to be a little softer there, and the race would have been on.
That's right, and they're hoping that Sylvester Banks, the Panther return man on that side, wouldn't get there. But UT takes over at the 35-yard line. No time ran off the clock. Double wing formation for the Panthers. Terrence Clark's in the backfield. Ryan Lemon. Harris. Option coming this way. Clark's got it. He's out to the 40, to the 45, and is marked, I guess, inbounds. They didn't stop the clock, so the clock's still running. So
Tom Hufford with that tackle for the Pioneers is, again, Terrence Clark shows the pretty good ability to run that ball right there.
The officials will stop the clock here and doing a nice job of getting the play in the ball game. Pete Dokless coming in from the sideline. Coach Tracy's getting the plays in a big hurry. And because of the first down and the clock stopping, move the chains, the Panthers didn't use up much time there at all. Fullback inside, Matt Harris across midfield.
Tackled by Ryan Woods and Adam Stinson.
Well, 3 minutes to go. Inside of 3 minutes, Brian. The Panthers have the ball in the Pioneers' territory to get set up for a Terrence Clark field goal. UT's probably going to have to get down around, I would say, in the neighborhood of the 25, 30-yard line, but give them a realistic shot at a field goal here. So about 20 more yards for UT.
UT got an interesting combination in backfield in there.
Clark again, inside handoff, one ball, nice leg drive and a great tackle.
Pretty strong backfield there with Lemon, Harris, and Clark, all three back there.
Josh Toronto's number 50 that time for the Panthers, did a nice job. Stayed with his block all the way to the end of that run. He's playing at guard right now, right guard. Third down, big third down play. If Alleman could stop the Panthers here, UT may be forced to punt the ball. The ball's inside the 45-yard line. Motion, fullback.
Harris
might go. Out across the 30, down to about the 29-yard line. Clock will stop again as the Panthers get another first down.
John Arnold and Woods in on that tackle for the Pioneers. Boy, the Pioneers, I tell you, Panthers are taking big yardage there. The Pioneers need to stiffen it up here now.
Yeah, they do. They really do. Moons leads them out of the huddle. Mike Freeman steps in behind. Double wing again. Lemon in motion. Fullback with the ball. Not much running room that time. Harris gets stopped quickly.
I think there was a reason that play was run.
137. Set up something else, you think?
I think so.
Yeah. Or you figure they're figuring you're going to go outside, you pop one clean, and you run to the goal line. Shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line.
Straight line, yes it is.
Clark in motion. Quarterback has it. Squirms forward inside the 20. Oh, golly, about the 26-yard line maybe. UT is going to need a timeout here. And then UT's got one with 1:13 to go. Well, UT calls a timeout now. And that ball is at the, well, we're going to mark that at the 27-yard line.
That play there, they looked a little uncertain of what they were trying to accomplish to me. I'm not sure if something was wrong there. Or.
Well, Freeman came away from the inside fake, and it was obviously an outside option. They're going to go to the option. But I think as Freeman looked out there, the pitch man was pretty well covered, and he had to find some room to squirm up in there. He stumbled just a little bit.
Yeah.
And kind of got him off guard. But now Coach Tracy's out there in the middle of the huddle talking to his offensive unit. The defensive coaches for Alleman are out there, and they're doing a nice job of talking to their coaches. Going to be real interesting here to see what happens.
Terrence Clark's coming off the field.
Trying to check, see who the Panthers have in that backfield. It may dictate what formation they're going to run a little bit here. They do have Harris in the backfield and Ryan Lemon.
I'll tell you what I look for here. I look for a little pass to Lemon.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
Lopez.
Well, they're both in the ball game. That gives you a good chance, doesn't it? Panthers
increased some odds, didn't it?
Going to go pro set. Going to go to the pro set to the right. 2 receivers right. Quarterback keeps it out across the 25-yard line. Just inside. It's 4th down. The Panthers going to go for a long field goal here. 1:01 going, and time is running. Terrence Clark comes down. We're going to take a quick look at where he sets his tee down. It's going to be about the 32-yard line, 33-yard line. Call it the 33, Brian. It's 43-yard field goal, no wind. 48 seconds to go. This will be a big boost for the Panthers.
Everything's got to work right here when you're this far out.
Oh, line shot, but it's long enough.
The ball.
Wide left, Brian, just wide left. Terrence hooked it.
Definitely long.
He hooked it. Kind of looked like one of your drives, if I remember right.
Yes.
Long and wide left.
And roll and roll.
Roll and roll. Well, let's take a short break with 37 seconds to go here in the first half. UT misses a field goal opportunity, but the Panthers still lead 17-7.
It's interesting. They got themselves down there, had a nice drive, and then just kind of bogged down there that last series.
Well, a couple things happened there, Brian, and I don't know, not being in the huddle, not knowing exactly the play call and so forth along the way, but a happened. One, Alleman made the Mike Freeman carry the ball twice on option plays. They just took away everything else and made him run with the football, and I think that's an adjustment they've got to make. Mike's a tough kid and a good quarterback, but with all the other good backs UT has, he's the one you want to carry it. UT jumps off sides with 6 seconds to go here. Alleman looks like they're kind of satisfied to run the clock out here a little bit, but UT's going to give him a 5-yard penalty.
Well, Inman jumped offside that time. So one of the fans wanted me to mention his name tonight, and there was a great opportunity. He kind of stood out on that play.
Yeah, I bet that happened to me too, but I said, no, not now. I don't want you to mention my name now.
I mean it in a good way. I'm just kidding a little bit.
I know it. Well, Brian's been a 3-year starter for the Panthers, come up as a sophomore and been in there. Alleman does let the clock run out to Brian, and which is smart. They're deep in their own territory. Quick reaction to the first half as the two teams leave the field?
Well, I thought I thought they started off dominating the game and had their opportunity to maybe blow this game wide open. But the Pioneers hung in there, and that great screen pass kept this ball game and give them the momentum now that they seem just as fired up as at the beginning, and we got a ball game.
You better believe it. You better believe it. Well, we're going to pause for halftime here at Almquist Field. It's the home of the Rocks, but tonight it's the home of the Pioneers. We'll be right back, folks.
As a third-honorary inductee, she has served in numerous capacities at Alleman High School over the years. She presently holds the title of Activities Director, but also serves as Secretary to the Athletic Department, the Booster Club, Ticket Manager, and many other odd jobs. Maureen is a physical education instructor from 1954 to 91, and one of the pioneers of the girls' athletic program. She was the first bowling coach, 1973 to 78. The first girls basketball coach, 1975 to 1980. The first tennis coach, 1975 to 76. And the assistant coach of the first Alleman softball team. In 1954, she was hired as the first female lower faculty member of Alleman. Let's have a nice round of applause for Maureen Lynn. A lot of us didn't see this guy play, but there's a lot here that did see him play. Joe Barnes. Joe was a member and medal winner on both the Alleman football and wrestling teams. He won 3 varsity games in football and celebrated 3 victories over city rival Rock Island. Joe was the first person ever elected unanimously to the All-Metropolitan football team. He earned all-state honors in football from the Champaign-Urbana Gazette and the Chicago Daily News, along with a selection to the National High School All-American team. He received a scholarship to UCLA and earned 3 varsity honors in football and 5 in rugby. He participated in the 1963 Rose Bowl and was selected to play in the 1963 All-America Bowl. Let's hear it for Joe Barnes. This guy here is credited with the greatest vertical leap in basketball history at Alleman. John Cornelius. John was a member of the Alleman basketball and baseball teams, graduated in both sports. He served as basketball team captain and was voted MVP in 1970. He also earned first team all-sport honors from the Chicago Daily News, the Champaign News Gazette, and the Rockford Morning Star, and the Register Republic. In addition, he was given first team honors on the Quad City Metro Conference All-Star basketball team, the Times Democrat All-Western Illinois Big School basketball team, the WSC All-Metropolitan basketball team, and the All-Quad City Metropolitan basketball team. Let's have a nice round of applause for John Cornelius. This guy here, under the tutelage of Don Morris, was one of the first to innovate the jump shot. Tom Wiggerwood. Tom was a varsity winner in football, basketball, and baseball at Alleman. He was selected as a member of the All-Quad City basketball team in 52 and 53, and earned All-State basketball special mention in 1953. He was one of the all-time leading scorers in Alleman high school history with over 1,200 career points. He graduated from Alleman in 1953 and earned a scholarship to Regis College in Denver, Colorado. As a member of the Regis basketball team, Tom earned 4 varsity letters and scored over 1,300 career points. He was selected as co-captain his senior year, graduating with a bachelor's degree in 57. Currently residing in Iowa City, Tom Wiggerwood. Our next MD is well known in the Quad City area, Jim Luna. Jim was a member of the Alleman football, basketball, and track teams, earning varsity honors in all 3 sports. He was a tackle on the 1956 undefeated football team and played tackle, and was elected co-captain on the 1957 football team. He was selected as a member of the All-Quad City, All-Metropolitan, All-Northern Illinois first team football squads. Jim was also given All-State honors in football by the Chicago Daily News, the Chicago Tribune, and the Champaign News Gazette. He graduated from Alleman in 58 and earned a 4-year athletic scholarship to the University of Notre Dame. He graduated from Notre Dame with a bachelor's degree in '62 and a master's degree in 1963. Coming out of East Moline, Jim Lula. To each and every one of them, we congratulate them and salute them for their great athletic years here at Alleman High School, and to continue the celebration, plan to stop at Alleman High School immediately after tonight's game for the formal induction ceremonies. Once again, congratulations, Alleman Hall of Famers.
Man, Brian, we're back.
Marcy, we seen a little bit of everything that first half.
Oh, my gracious. And I think some real important stuff there at the half with that Hall of Fame induction. Hope we're able to pick that up on this
neat
sound
every year, isn't it?
It really is. Each of the schools are doing things and honoring the former athletes and people who have been very influential in the program, and I think it's just wonderful. So congratulations to this. I guess this would be the second class brought into the Hall of Fame inductions.
We were here for the first class.
We were here for the first class too, so that's wonderful. So congratulations to those. We got the Panthers out in the middle of the field. Kind of took up most of the field here, so Alleman has to kind of warm up over on the edge here. But what kind of adjustments would you make if you were Alleman, Brian, at halftime?
Well, if I'm Alleman, I'm not going to start off 1st and 15 every time, Coach. I mean, that would be the first thing. We've got to collect ourselves and make sure that we're doing our thing correctly, is where I would be coming from.
I agree.
Of course, the other side of it then is how do you win in the trenches? I mean, that's going to be tough. But first you have to execute, I think.
Yeah, you can't shoot yourself in the foot. We talked about that two or three times. The Panthers now, I think, did probably what they wanted to do in that first half. And I think part of the game plan was to try to wear Alleman down a little bit. We'll see whether that works out. UT used a lot of backs, so they're all should be fresh. I was a little nervous about the fact that Mike Rickey banged up that shoulder. He's been bothered with that, and that'll put a little bit of a change in that defensive secondary. So we'll see how the Panthers adjust to that. But I think Coach Tracy probably just said, hey, let's just keep doing the same old, same old. UT turned it over once. But I think we're going to get more of a steady diet of Terrence Clark. I think we're going to see more of him here. He does certainly give the Panthers that breakaway speed, but you got Hancock and Harris and Ron Drew in there that all kind of fly up in there also. So that's a pretty powerful backfield. And I can't go any farther without talking about what a really nice job that Mike Freeman did at quarterback in his first varsity start. Stepped in, did a real nice job of leading the Panthers down the field. And his first series, they went 80 yards and scored on that particular drive. So, again, each team probably had to make some adjustments in their blocking schemes, and let's just see how this thing turns out.
Well, it'd be interesting to see if Tracy goes with a different offensive set or anything at the beginning of the second. Sometimes he does that.
Right. Right.
I think regardless of what he comes out with, I would look for him to try to establish some power running for at least a first down or two, if he could.
Well, I think too, on Alleman's side, as the captains meet out there at the center of the field, but Healy had the opportunity to break loose. And it took a screen pass to do that, but if a screen pass works once, it can work twice.
We're going to see that play again.
And I think we'll see that again, and I think our fans had an opportunity. I don't know how they could have forgotten from last year, but if they have forgotten what a great speed runner he is, I think they had a chance to witness that on that screen pass for the touchdown. About what we finally figured that was, almost an 80-yard touchdown run, so or actually a touchdown pass. So let's just see. UT will receive the kickoff, and we'll be heading towards the scoreboard in 30 seconds to go, Brian. So why don't we take a real short break here for maybe a commercial, and we'll be right back with the start of the third quarter.
Kickoff. Pat Voss is setting the tee up out there. And early here, I think the third quarter, the first series or so, is pretty important in this ball game. UT has to regain control if they're going to hang on, and Alleman, of course, has to keep that momentum going their way, try to get a 3-and-out here and get this thing established without the mistakes.
Well, kickoff going back, number 11 for the Panthers, Cody Duran, going to go wedge middle, coming right up the middle. Broke one tackle at
He
about the
met
20.
Mr. Woods. Ryan Woods said hello.
Hello, perfect tackle. Got the ball out the 24-yard line. Well, I want to remind you, this is a QCA TV sports production on Channel 38, Cox Communication.
And it's brought to you by the Independent Insurance Services Incorporated in Locust Street in Davenport.
That's right, 1519. If you want to call them, try 383-5559 for your insurance needs. Wishbone by the Panthers. You said something might happen? Ron Drew gets up in it. Nice defense. Out across the 25 to about the 27-yard line.
Number 25 getting up off the bottom there, Darren Lavery.
Darren's getting some playing time.
He's getting a lot of playing time in that defensive line tonight.
You better believe it. Well, this time of year, you see sometimes every once in a while you see some new people. What is he playing? Is he playing nose guard or what's he doing there? He's nose guard out there. He's going to offset a little bit. And Panthers pass. No, wide open. Oh, nice play defensively. Pass a little bit behind Ryan Lemon, but also knocked down.
Well, that brings up a big third down play for the Panthers, and the Pioneers are about to get a 3-and-out here.
Well, that's what you said they needed, Brian, and you're absolutely right there. And UT is going to have to come up with a play here, or the momentum is going to shift. And once, you've been involved in sports a long time. I mean, for you, real long time. You know that momentum can jump back and forth across this field in a real big hurry.
And how important it is, because if you lose it, it's hard to get it back.
You better believe it. Yeah, fullback trap inside. Oh, Harris.
He's going to be within a yard.
Say he got that first down.
Think so?
I think so, unless they bring that ball back somewhere.
The set's going to be important.
Whoa. That ball didn't get marked quite where I thought it was going to, but they're going to have to measure this one. You make the call.
I think he's just about an inch short.
Ooh, man.
It's a decision time if you're standing over there looking down the line for Coach Tracy. I mean, it's not a good place in the field to do it, but it'd be awful inviting looking. Hey, I think you called it. He got it.
He got her. About a half a length of the football, Brian. Those lines, you never know.
Oh, Harris.
He got turned backwards.
Kept them legs going, didn't he?
He was running as hard going backwards as most guys do going forward. And really what happens there a lot of times, Alleman had a bunch of guys in a tackle, but they didn't have anybody that could clean it up. They just didn't have anybody stop his momentum. So UT gets a first down out around the 34-yard line and Wishbone again. Ron Drew on the carry gets stood up in the hole, but he's still alive. Alleman's not tackling very well.
Matt Franks on that tackle for the Pioneers that's not so good that he had to get in on that tackle after they blitzed into the backfield and they had hands all over Drew there.
They really did. Ron stayed alive, though. And here again, we talk about fresh legs. He's been a starter throughout most of the year, and with this backfield change, with putting Freeman at quarterback and Lemon back there, why, Drew was kind of odd man out tonight. Fullback in, penalty flag down before the play started. So this will be a dead ball foul.
That tackle, Adam Stimson on that tackle.
UT's coming off the ball real hard. That time they might have got off just an illegal procedure. Might have got off just a little bit early, but again, Panthers get, 4 yards on first down. But basically now it's like losing a yard on first down. So it sets up a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Ball now back to the Panther 34-yard line. Cody Duran, number 11, brings the play in. He'll be a wide receiver coming to the left side. Wishbone, tight end to the right. Lemon on the carry. Drives off tackle, using that 190 pounds, takes it out across the 35 to about the 38-yard line.
Barry getting up off the bottom of that tackle.
Boy, Ryan Lemon got his shoulders turned, Brian, towards that goal line.
Ran hard, didn't he?
Yes, he sure did. A little higher than you'd like to see somebody run if you had your choice. But he got up in there in a hurry. Big third down play again for the Panthers. Panthers going Wishbone again. Flanker wide, split in rather to the right of the formation. Sweep this way, Ron Drew on the carry. Nowhere to run, penalty flag down. Drew had nowhere to go and was stopped just across the 35-yard line. That's going to probably be holding against UT and will be declined, I'm sure, by Alleman. Holding against the Panthers. Alleman declines. It wasn't 3-and-out, Brian, but it was 6-and-out.
Good enough.
It was 6-and-out.
Yep.
And they're not going to give up field position probably because the ball is still only out to the 36-yard line. UT will have to punt.
So the Pioneers hang on here early in the third, and they're going to get an opportunity to get the ball with probably pretty decent field position.
I would think so. Panthers in maximum protection, 2 tight ends, 3-man wall back, Terrence Clark to kick. Good snap.
Ooh,
Kind of an indoor. That could roll. That could roll a long way. Oh, nice play there. Nice play by Ron Drew on the boundary.
1st and 10. Alleman.
A good field position, Brian. 39-yard line.
Ekstrom fielded that ball and started up the sideline there and got a little return there. Must have got about 7 yards out of it back.
We'll take a look at that Panther defense. They break it up. That's the lineup they've been playing most of the ball game now. Ward and Inman at tackles. Ricardo Harris is a nose guard. DeVries.
Quarterback sneak.
And Fagerland are the defensive ends.
Ruthie keeps the ball. A little quarterback sneak right off the reel. They must have seen something there at halftime. They thought they could take advantage of leaving the center open there.
Yep. Well, that play worked a couple times. I'll tell you, both linebackers from UT, Harris and Hancock, closed on that one in a big hurry. Panthers secondary, let's see what adjustment they've had to make back there. Terrence Clark, number 34, is playing in here now as a defensive back in place of Mike Rickey, who was injured late in the first half. A big hit up inside by UT that time, stuffed the runner. Middle of that one in a big hurry. 76 got to be at the bottom of that pile somewhere. There he is. Kevin Ward, number 76. I think the first one there.
Barry got his opportunity over there, but he was met pretty quick there that time.
Well, is this the time you go back to that screen pass? 3rd and 9 or 3rd and 5 isn't necessarily the ideal time when they're expecting pass, but we'll see.
That could be okay. They're coming hard.
There's quick screen.
Ooh, that was read pretty good by Lemon.
Man, we got a penalty flag down there or not? The Alleman bench is kind of in the way, but that's not going to be enough for the first down. Alleman may have to punt that ball right back to the Panthers.
Boy, Lemon knew something there. He took off the bit that ball was snapped for that man.
You betcha. Well, they've only done 2 things off that we've seen. We haven't seen Alleman every game. Against Geneseo, they put Healy in motion and tried to run him deep. And then that time they ran him out here and ran him on a quick stop. I think they ran one time too. Alleman needs a guy on their punt team.
I think they got him. Ryan Woods getting ready to kick.
Line drive could be returned. Oh, nice kick. That ball rolls inside to 5. Rolls dead at the 3-yard line. And UT takes over, leading 17-7 with 7:04 to go in the third quarter. But, Brian, they take over on their own. It's 3-yard line. Man.
Well, this keeps the momentum in Alleman's favor here. They got good field position. They got UT pinned back, and UT's got to be careful not to make a mistake right here.
You're exactly right. Well, you can't give up anything easy. Right now, the Panther defense is good enough, other than one big play, to stop Alleman, but you can't do anything on your offensive group. Let's see what's in the backfield. Going to split backs now. Matt Harris on the carry. Got that ball out across the 5, maybe to the 6-yard line, but not much farther. Gain of maybe 3. They're going to mark it right on the 5-yard line, so it's a gain of 2.
Chris Edwards involved in that tackle.
It's just a straight dive play out of that split backs, and you got to kind of run at the bubble. We always talk running at the bubble, where you got to find where the linebacker's at. You got to kind of run at him, and then kind of hope he can pop off the blocks there. I formation this time. Lemon, the tail of the I formation. Sweep. Lemon running right. Turns the corner. No, does not turn the corners. Tackled maybe at the 5 or inside the 5.
Chris Edwards again ran him down out there. Hard to get around those corners. They got good defensive ends.
We've talked about that. How many years these guys played defensive end for all? The same guy's been here 6 or 8 years.
They've been there ever since we've been announcing the games, haven't they?
That's for sure. That's for sure. Big third down play. UT needs a first down here. We're at the 6-minute mark, halfway through the third quarter here. Panthers going to go end over, coming this way with 3 receivers to this side. Oh, little backfield problem. Look out. Freeman got that ball away. Thank goodness for the Panthers. That was going to end up being a safety, and that could have been critical in a ball game like this. But UT 3 and out.
Oops, we got a flag.
Penalty against UT.
I doubt if they'll accept that.
Now the question let's take a look. Where was the penalty? Where did the penalty take place? It did not take place in the end zone, so they'll refuse this penalty, Brian. One thing our fans might pay attention to is probably holding. If it was holding on the field of play, it's just half the distance to the goal line. If it was holding in the end zone, it becomes a safety. That's a big difference. Where he moved that flag from about on the goal line out the 1 yard line makes a big difference.
He gave him a good play there.
Yep. Well, the Panthers have to punt now.
Snap becomes pretty critical here in the blocking.
Clark has nowhere to go back there. Good snap. Alleman, a lot of pressure, low kick. Oh, good effort out here. Look out. He can turn the corner. Healy again. Oh, nice play out here by Matt Harris. UT ran the ball in a big hurry there. Number 25, Ernie Jack got there. Number 50 got there in a big hurry, Josh Taranis.
So Pioneers got themselves great field position. Be first down on about the 29-yard line, and they got just what they were looking for to start this second half. They got an opportunity again.
Man, I'll tell you what, not much time coming out of the huddle by Alleman. They're out of that huddle in a hurry right now.
That screen pass would look pretty good anytime right now.
Yeah. Well, they got to get the ball to Healy, that's for sure. Fullback trap, look out. Oh, great play
Barry
that
with a
time.
nice run up the middle there, going to get about 5.
Well, Brian Inman, number 75 that time, saved a touchdown. He hung on and hung on. Whew, he could have popped that clean because the motion man took away the defender, secondary defender. That opens that middle wide up when you do it that way. Fullback
Barry again, right up the middle.
Not so much room that time. Inman in the middle of that thing again. Linebackers there. Number 15 keeps jumping in there. We talk about Ryan Lemon all the time. He's coming from the defensive secondary, but he cleans up out of that secondary as good as anybody I've ever seen, I think.
So we're looking at 3rd and short, right?
It's 3rd and short, 3rd and about 2. Huge play. Obviously, Alleman's got 2 downs to get the first down here. They might be thinking of a field goal here along the way if they had to.
I don't think so.
Second man through. Oh, look out.
Touchdown. No.
Oh, 5-yard line.
There. Saved it.
Woo. Cody Duran, number 11, saved the touchdown.
I thought he was going. Healy that time. Found a little room.
The momentum, Bryant.
Yes.
Critical in a game like this. 4:25 to go.
We're going to be looking at a 3-point ball game shortly here if the Panthers don't stiffen up.
Yeah, see what the Panthers do defensively here. They've been playing a 50 all the way down the field. Looks like they're at least lined up right now in a 50.
That's a nice play, that last play.
Nice play, second man through kind of stuff. Score, quick pitch, dangerous play. Nice run that time. I don't know about you, Brian, but that play scares me.
They're trying to get the ball quickly out there to Healy where he's got a chance to run.
Well, I've been watching too much baseball, but I think the receiver called for a fastball, but I think he got tossed a changeup.
Change up there, didn't he? It's like, come on, ball, get to me.
Man,
come to me, ball.
I'm pretty fast. That ball's going to have to get here in a hurry.
Or everybody else going to be here.
Healy did a nice job. Got that ball down to about the 2-yard line, though. Panther linebackers up in there hard. Ooh, not much room there. Good defensive play by the Panthers again. Down, it looks like about, what, inside the 1, Bryant. Whew. That's what you call knocking on the door right now. Play coming in from the sideline.
Adrian DeFries, number 63 for the Panthers, in on that tackle.
Yeah, Scott, basically, it's one of those double name things again. Scott did a nice job there. Scott's pinching down from his defensive end position, though, so you got to kind of watch that. Dive inside, Barry. Touchdown for Alleman, Bryant.
All righty. That's going to bring her up to 17-13 with 2:49 to go in the third quarter. The Pioneers did just what they had to do here in the third quarter. They stopped the Panthers and then fought for the field position and moved her down here and shoved it in there. They're going to make this a 17-14 ball game if they get this extra point.
Well, you're absolutely right. The field position game, the punting game by Alleman put the ball dead on the 3-yard line, and then they took possession of the ball again out here in excellent field position after the Panther punt. UT's had the ball twice and punted twice. Ooh, UT just about got there, but the kick is good.
So, 17-14 with 2:49 to go in the third quarter.
Pat Voss on the extra point kick, and Bryant, what looked like a rout about
we got ourselves a ball game.
40 minutes ago, looks like a Wild Western Big Six finish here. So with 2:49 to go, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back in just a minute.
Way to kick this off is the Pioneers are really high now. They're in this ball game. They know they have an opportunity to win this.
Cody Duran, number 11, and Ron Drew deep for the Panthers. They're going to get a chance.
Oh, nice kick.
Ron Drew is going to take that ball at the 4-yard line. The wall is set up. Oh, a great play by Alleman. Ron Drew could get through there, but he didn't. Oh, my. I thought he was through for a second.
It was close.
One of the blockers made it through there for him. Nice blocking up front. That's 72. That's John Ritchie. And Jeremy Sanders, number 74, did a decent job.
Tony DeJulio, number 88, on that tackle for the Pioneers. And here we go again.
UT coming out. Let's see what backfield Coach Tracy decides on. This time it's Hancock and Lemon. I formation. Mike Freeman still a quarterback. Lemon on the carry. Power play off tackle out of the eye and not much gain. They're getting the UT kids kind of turned sideways right now, Bryant.
Chris Edwards in on that tackle, or Woods, excuse me, in on that tackle for the Pioneers.
Of course, he can turn you sideways in a big hurry.
Yes, he can.
Well, second down and about 7 for the Panthers. 2nd and 8. Ball is at the 31-yard line. UT's 31-yard line. Offensive line for the Panthers have to come alive now. A little confusion coming out of the huddle by UT right now. Not quite sure what's going on here, maybe. Pass. No, a fly pattern. Oh, nice effort out there. Running on the fly. Number 81's Pete Dokelis, and the pass from Mike Freeman was short, but Mike had lots of players in his face, Brian.
Mike didn't get a chance to set his feet and throw that ball because he had to get rid of it.
I'll tell you, Panthers need a drive right now. They go 3 and out in this situation. Alleman's going to tie this ball game up or go ahead. I'll just about predict that one. The momentum has jumped over to the green shirt side. Big play by the Panthers could take that away right now. Wide receivers to the left. Sweep. Ryan Lemon turns the corner. He gets stopped. Short of the first down, looks like, Bryant.
He got a little room there.
And nice job. Got it out across the 35. You see where they mark Gab. It's going to be 4th and about 4. At the 40-yard line, Brian. UT's going to have to punt the ball away again.
The Pioneer fans are going crazy over here.
Finally waking up over on this side.
They got a lot to holler about. Their Pioneers are doing a heck of a job right now.
Well, the Hall of Fame night or Coach Just halftime talk or something has made a big difference here because they're in it for sure now. They're looking for the fake. Terrence Clark to kick. Gets off a nice line drive kick. Could be another one of those bouncers.
Whoa, over his head. Did he touch that ball?
He touched it, Brian. He touched it. UT's after it. Pick it up and run.
Alleman got the ball. You got to flop on that ball.
You do. Alleman recovers. Almost a game-breaking
Oh, was that
mistake.
wild or what?
That's football. I think we need can we get a replay of that? Is there any way we can do that? Holy cow. At least 5 UT players had every opportunity.
But Clark's kicks have not been as good as we've seen him kick this night.
No.
But one thing about it, when they hit, they're running like mad, you know. He took a big bounce over Ekstrom's hand. I think he just touched it. And the chase was on.
Yes, it was. Pass. Oh, UT should catch this one. Beautiful interception out there. Brian Kendall on the intercept.
Very fortunate that he didn't take that back for all the way.
My. Well, Alleman tries to strike quickly with the pass, but you can't, against good varsity defenses, you cannot lay that ball out there like that and hope somebody's going to run it. Because somebody will, but most of the time they're going to have the other color shirt on.
The intended receiver there was Matt Brandy, number 84.
Now UT's got to get fired up, Brian.
Well, this could be the change now that helps UT get a little momentum back. They need to move the ball now if they're going to win this ball game.
If they only get 3 out of this, well, then Alleman's still hanging right in there. Straight dive. Looks like who you got running this time?
Harris.
Matt Harris.
Chipped up by Woods. Wood, not Woods.
Ryan Wood.
There's only one of them.
Well, it seems like there's 2 or 3 of them.
It seems like there's 2, yeah.
Yeah, that was a short game, maybe 3 yards, but it's 4-down territory for the Panthers. 1:06 to go here in the third quarter. 2nd down. Quarterback keeps. Pitch. Oh, bad pitch back here. Alleman recovers the football at the 35-yard line. Panthers run inside veer. The pitch gets away. Alleman recovers at the 35. 3 huge plays, Brian, have happened here in less than a minute of actual football play. My gracious. And UT is lucky that Alleman hadn't got 6 points on the board.
It's wild now.
I'll tell you what, sometimes I'm getting kind of woozy.
You've got it, I've got it, who's got it?
It's wearing me out. I can't figure out whose turn it is to call the plays. But it's your turn.
That option hasn't went well for the Panthers all night.
Not been a good one.
Sophomores didn't run it well.
Oh.
Barry just don't want to be denied now.
There's a big 5 or 6 yard run there, Brian.
Nice big first down play for Alleman here.
Going counting here in the third quarter. All kinds of time for both teams, actually.
Yeah.
And we're not down to the point where anybody needs to panic, either team at this point in time.
But UT squandered a chance to turn this momentum around there.
You better believe it. Oh, man. I'll tell you what, the green shirts are playing harder right now, Bryant.
Yes, sir. The green shirts want it bad right now. Healy with a nice run for a first down. Dana's bringing his team off the field. He says that's enough for this quarter. Let's talk about this.
Well, 15 seconds and counting here. The Alleman coach, they're talking to the officials about something. I can't quite figure out what it is, but they're not going to run. They're not going to run another play. And Brian, we're going to go for 4th action here. Western Big 6 football as the Alleman football players turn and put up 4 fingers. The crowd joins in, and right now we've got Donnybrook 17-14, 4th quarter.
Pioneers 1st and 10 on the 48-yard line. Barry gets the carry, and he's going to get about maybe 1 yard out of this is all. Who stood him up there?
Well, as on defensive side, Brian Inman's on that side. I think Ricardo Harris moved himself that way a little bit. Officials timeout here. Must be an equipment problem of some kind. Something's wrong. Big change here, though, whether it's equipment or an injury or what happened. But you got Barry coming out of the ball game. That's one of those players you want in there when it gets down to the real nitty-gritty of a football game. We got popped in the lip. A bloody nose, what we got right here, Brian. We got to get that fixed up.
2nd down and 9.
Counter.
No,
Panthers are there big time.
Healy.
Woo-wee! 63 that time is Scott DeFries in the middle of that play, then drops Healy for about a 4-yard loss.
Boy, they stayed home. They was not buying into that.
Buying that. Well, they put Healy out on the wing that time, and they don't do that much unless they're going to bring him back the other way, kind of a tendency kind of thing. This time of year, if you've developed a tendency in your first 3 or 4 ball games, these other teams know it.
Little screen pass left here.
Got to hit somebody in the seam. Got to find somebody in the seam. There's your screen pass. Then it was screen pass right. Look out. Oh, my gracious.
Called that one, didn't I?
You called that one. You meant to the defensive left, of course, didn't you?
Of course.
Yeah. Oh, and Healy goes for the first down, Brian. That ball's inside the Panther 30, 40-yard line. Let's see where they mark it. Not going to bring it back out. Put it right on the 40-yard line. First down.
Now, the first time, I think they ran it to the left. This time he ran it to the right.
Yep. But either time they've run it, you can just see that great explosive speed that Healy has. It's just a matter of
giving him a few steps to get it going.
Right. And out of the eye, they haven't been able to find an opportunity to get him the ball like that very much. There's
Big
motion
first
again.
down.
The middle's wide open.
25 on that carry. Darren Lavery.
Well, what they're doing, Brian, when they send Healy in motion, Ryan Lemon's running with him, and Ryan Lemon is the man who has the middle section of the defense, whether he's your free safety or whatever. It depends on how you've rotated it up there.
So the Panthers literally stop Pioneers and then give up the big play on that screen pass again.
Yep. Well, I know one thing. UT is going to be real happy if Healy doesn't touch the ball in the open field anymore in this ball game, because he touches it. There's 6 potential points every time he touches that football. Fullback inside. Nice tackle in there that time. Number 40 is Hancock. Brian Moons, number 51, on that bad ankles. Jump back in there playing defense again. He's playing a defensive tackle right now.
So the Pioneers got a 3rd down and 7 here.
3rd and 7, but they're at the 37-yard line, so they got 2 downs to get 7 yards, so you don't have to get it all in one play. Officials are going to send one of the UT players out right now, and that's not good news either, and real bad because the Pioneers get Barry back in the ball game, and Matt Harris has to go out. Must be a cut on his arm or something like that. So number 50 comes in the ball game at linebacker. That's Josh Taranis, 5'8", 202-pound senior. So Alleman gets their power running fullback in, and the Panthers lose their power linebacker. If you're on the green side, that's not bad odds. Seam pattern, interference coming, no question about it. Terrence Clark was there a little bit early. Again, perfect route, because Terrence Clark either had to let him catch it and tackle him, or he had to commit pass interference. There wasn't no in between. Huge play. That's going to be 15 yards, Brian. That's going to put that ball down there. Woo!
Oh, Terrence was just about a step too early.
Just a step early, and you can't. Hey, he did his best. I mean, you know, players make mistakes. That's a very aggressive mistake, and you can't fault him for that. And he's in there filling in for Mike Rickey, who was hurt and has not come back at all in the second half. So Terrence is getting a lot of offense and defense, although Terrence hadn't seen much offensive action here in the second half.
Yeah, I noticed that. Okay. Ruthie brings them up. Went on 2 there at time to try to draw them off, I believe.
Looked like they tried to get UT off, but it didn't happen. That and the play before allowed Matt Harris to get back in the ball game, and he's in the middle of there.
Barry getting a lot of action on this drive.
Yes, he is. Well, they got to find ways to get Healy the ball, and they're trying to spread the Panthers out and pop something loose up the middle. 9:01 to go here in the 4th quarter. 17-14, UT leads. Panthers are got to make a stop here. Oh, option play. Ruthie on the carry. Nice run down near the first down.
Boy, he ran strong that
Real
time.
Strong that time. Well, Ruthie's a big kid. He's a sophomore. He's 6'3", 175-pounder, so he carries with him a little, and he's going to get bigger and stronger as time goes along.
Well, the Pioneers find themselves with a great opportunity to take the lead in this ball game, and all of a sudden we've got a whole different ball game look here.
Oh boy, I'm not so sure the team just didn't change jerseys there at halftime, because as much as UT dominated the first half, the Pioneers are dominating the second half.
Barry.
Oh, big hit, but he's not down yet.
Barry gets a nice run that time.
Yes, he did. Man, Panthers made a big hit right there at the line of scrimmage, but he still gained about 4 yards.
So it'll be 2nd and maybe 6.
And the ball is at about the 8-yard line, 7-yard line, so Alleman could get a first down and not score. So they've got the potential of lots of plays in here. Option. Ruthie's got it again. Panthers got a tackle. Nice tackle out there. Number 11, Cody Durant. Nice tackle.
He did a little running that time, but he only picked up about a yard or 2.
Well, somewhere along the line, you got to get turned towards the goal line. That time, Ruthie wasn't able to get turned towards the goal line. Alleman's got to be thinking field goal here. It's 3rd and 6. So 2 things probably are going to happen. They're going to use a timeout, it looks like. Alleman does use a timeout.
Pioneers find themselves in about 5. Opportunity to get a first down without scoring here. Big play in this ball game right here.
Play. Tight end to the right, wide receiver to the right. Looking for the tight end. Oh, my. Defense was great. Clark did a good job, and Lemon did a nice job.
His hand on it there. Just a great reach there.
Well, Alleman's going to attempt a field goal here, tie this ball game up. Now, here's what's critical. You got to get all your right guys out there. You're kind of used to kicking extra points, but now all of a sudden, it's field goal time. Now we got to go out and make a little adjustment here. Alleman's getting that tee set properly.
Well, if you're on UT side of the ball, you got to be not to get a penalty, because a penalty here could change this whole ball game.
Voss, we've got a good angle from our spot over here. Voss to kick. Nice snap. Oh, he popped it up, Coach. He popped it up.
That's going to miss unless it's a
no
penalty.
Good. Pat Voss's kick goes wide to the right.
So the Panthers hold, but they find themselves in pretty bad field position down there.
Right. But I did notice a couple things. A couple of the Alleman players, they started off, took their helmets off in kind of a look of disgust there. You can't do that. You're still in the thick of this thing. 7:25 to go. Play defense. 3 and out. Get the ball back again.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line.
We'll kind of, first of all, see who's in the backfield for the Panthers this time and see what they're going to attempt to do here. Lemon, Harris, and Hancock in the backfield. Counter, no, fullback up inside. Good hard run inside.
Ooh, big.
Big on that time. Matt Harris.
That reminds you of rugby right then. The pile just kept moving.
Moving towards the goal line the Panthers want to go to. Matt Harris driving up in there.
Edwards limping a little bit that time when he got up.
2nd down to about 3. Gain of 7 that time. The ball out to the 27-yard line.
Well, the Panthers need to hang on to this ball if they're going to keep this lead.
You betcha. Don't want Alleman to. UT can keep the ball the whole rest of the night. Matt Harris on the cut and the spin out to the 35-yard line. The Panther first down.
Matt Harris is covering up the ball when he runs, too. I like the way he does that.
Well, now UT's got to be careful not just start thinking, as I mentioned a minute ago, well, we just got to keep the ball. We got to keep the ball, keep the ball. You got to score points. UT needs to score points on this drive.
Well, for us, this is the kind of game we want to see.
You better
every
believe
week,
it.
You know?
You better believe it. Well, Alleman got back into the ball game with a touchdown before the half on the screen pass, and they've been in the thick of things ever since. Inside play, not such good yardage on first down this time for UT. Trap play up inside. Harris gets stopped after about 3-yard gain.
Arnold really jammed that up in there that time. Did a nice job.
2nd down to about 9. Alleman if the Alleman fans are looking now for 2 more good defensive plays, and the Panthers will have to punt. 5 minutes, 58 seconds to go. The clock is slowly but surely becoming a factor in this ball game. Double wing. Lemon in motion. Fullback on the carry again. Harris gets the ball out to near the 40-yard line. Using power football now. Straight dives, letting that offensive line work for you. Kevin Ward, number 76. He's 218. 202. Ryan Moon, 32. John Keller, 188. Dave Freeman is 240 pounds. There's some big kids in there.
Well, it's tough decisions for Panthers at this point, because if you put that ball up in the air and make a mistake right here, you could really pay, you know.
And that's for sure. And that's what the coaches get paid the big bucks for, Bryant. Boy, UT might have moved early. I think UT was moving early on the interior line that time. Legal procedure. Might change the call just a little bit. Might make you more encouraged to throw the ball.
Either that or more encouraged to play safe and punt it.
Yep.
Not much of any draw plays anymore, do you?
Well, no, you don't. But, unless you're doing some drop back passing or sprint out passing,
then it's not going to be effective
draw's not
anyway.
that effective.
That's true.
Not that effective. And you need an eye back that's got all kinds of experience back there that can read that daylight anywhere from tackle to tackle. That's a hard play. Option, here it comes. Uh-oh, good-looking play here. Oh, a nice tackle by Alleman.
Oh, there he comes across and really sticks him there.
Boy, UT remembers when that play
like
started
they had
coming
it going
this
there
way.
at first.
Pioneers there, and now UT's forced to punt. Fourth down, 4 minutes, 38 seconds to go and counting. Fourth quarter action. UT leads by 3, but the Panthers have to punt the ball away.
Well, every time that UT's punted, it's been a little bit of an adventure. We've had some odd type kicks and wild rolls, and so we'll see what happens this time.
Whoa, nice
a little better kick this time. Fair catch called for.
32-yard line, yep. Fair catch at the 32, 4:16 to go. Alleman, Brian's got one more chance. They need to do it right now.
So you've got to believe you're looking at 4 downs on these drives.
Every time. And you're going to have to make some big gainers. 4 the way, 2 yards, 3 yards, 2 yards, 3 yards. You're not going to make it in 4:16. Pioneers have used 1 timeout that we know one. So they're down to 2 timeouts. The clock won't start, obviously, until the ball is snapped. And we'll see what Coach Just and his staff have decided to do with this first down play.
Yeah, we'll find out on this drive which team wants this ball game the most.
Oh, my. White shirts won that one.
Very hit right at the line of scrimmage there.
Oh, boy, who's in the middle of that thing? 76, Kevin Ward, along with everybody else in that defensive front.
They smelt that one out.
Now, Kevin created a pile. If it's a trap play, which that one looked like it was, Kevin's going to be involved in either running the trap man down or he was the guy that was supposed to get trapped, which is what happened. And he stuffed that play. Pass. Nice catch.
Nice play. Ryan Wood brings it in. Looks like he got hurt on that play, Coach.
Like he did. He's holding the back of his leg. He was coming ball on the back of his leg. They marked the ball out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. UT 43 or 4-yard line.
Big play for the Pioneers. It didn't look like the type of play that I was going to say anybody get hurt on.
No.
Well, he is thrashing down there like his leg is really bothering him.
Well, the way the trainer's working on him a little bit might just be a cramp, yeah. It might be a cramp. It's a fairly warm evening here, so.
I'll tell you, a cramp can feel like a bad deal.
And if a guy hits you with his knee down on the back of your leg like that on a tackle, it can cramp up in a big hurry.
Well, here come the Pioneers up to the ball.
Second man.
Healy gets an opportunity. Not a whole lot of room, maybe 2.
Got it out to almost down to the 40-yard line, though, Brian. 3:31. And I know if you're Alleman and if you know you're going to score here, you want to use every bit of that clock.
Well, they have plenty of time. I think from where they're at now in the field, they got plenty of time here.
Yeah, they got to hustle the plays in. They're working to get everybody in the ball game. I think they're short a guy here. That took a little long to get that play in the game.
The guy with the play.
Yeah. Everybody was in except the guy with the play.
Yeah. Matt Brandy brings the play in.
He's in quick. Option. This one may not work. Oh, my. He stayed alive long enough to almost get back to the line of scrimmage, Brian. That was about a 7-yard loss, looks like.
Well, Healy's speed and agility there saved himself about 7 yards.
Well, he's got the ability to get real thin as he turns up into that hole. He doesn't give you much to hit. And
you're one-on-one with him. It's not an easy tackle.
Third down, huge play. 2:36 to go here in the fourth quarter. UT leads by 3. Western Big 6 football. This is the QCA TV production, channel 38.
I got to believe we're going to see this pass again. Woods is just now getting up, so it's not going to be to Wood.
It's pass. Oh, right in the middle. It's going to be a first down.
First 10.
29-yard line. Nice catch in there.
Brian Donaway with
a nice catch. The little guy just stopped right in. He's not a real big guy, is he?
Just sat on it right there in that little seam, and he was wide open.
Juggled the ball just a little bit, and he still made the catch.
Now Alleman executing. Just the things that wasn't getting done in the first half, all of a sudden is working.
Sweep. Oh,
Healy got some room.
Room to run. Look out. They got him stood up, though. And the clock's still running, Brian, with 1:52 to go.
He got himself about 6 yards on that carry. Boy, that looked like it was going to go for a lot more.
It really did. UT ran the ball well that time. Clock did not stop, though, Brian. 1:41 to go. Fourth quarter. The ball's at the 20. Let's call it the 23-yard line. 2nd and 4.
It's going to be right down to the end, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Fullback inside. Around. Nice tackle by Ryan Lemon that time.
And it's a good thing he did,
You better
because
believe it.
Healy really had some room there that time. I thought he was going to go.
They're going to help Alleman a little bit here. They're going to stop the clock for a measurement.
That was Barry, excuse me.
Oh, Ryan Lemon did make a big hit. Turned him around a little bit, but
Hey, we got ourselves a barn burner, huh?
Well,
124 to go.
I know it. If anybody ever mentioned that the initials OT,
It could happen right here.
it could happen.
If
never
UT
know.
don't give up the big play, it's going to be tough for Alleman to get it in there.
I think so
with
too.
the time that's left.
124 and 2 timeouts left.
So you're from here on, you got to believe you're looking at a chance of a field goal.
That's
They're
right.
going to kick it.
That's right. I think Alleman would be a lot more apt to really be thinking in that direction here if the last attempt had been better.
We haven't had an overtime game yet.
Not this year. Was it last year? We had, who did he have? Moline, Alleman in an overtime game late in the year, something like that?
Yeah, I believe so. Barry inside. He's got the first down.
The first down. The clock will stop again.
We're going to get a pass.
There's
To Wood. And he's got the catch. Touchdown, Alleman!
There's a penalty flag on the field. There's a penalty flag on the field. Hold on. Hold on. Flag on the field. Interference on UT and it's declined.
Touchdown.
Oh my, 20-17. Oh, that kick is up, and that
It's
kick.
good.
It's good, Brian.
21-17.
Pat Voss made a nice, I'll tell you, that was as big a kick or maybe bigger than the field goal that he missed, because now in 1 minute UT has got to take this football and score a touchdown in order to get themselves a victory here tonight.
What?
1 minute to go, folks. Don't leave yet. Squib kick. Panthers, oh, there's a run up the middle.
Terrence Clark's got the ball.
I think it may be Harris, but
Oh, Harris got it. Excuse me.
that's okay. That's all right. Receivers, double wing, and you got to believe the UT's going to throw that ball down the field. Hancock, oh, look out. That's intentional grounding. There's going to be a penalty there.
Back in this.
Back in this right now, yeah. First downs don't make any difference at this point. Reverse. Hancock up the middle. Hancock might go. Mike Hancock out across midfield. He's to the 40-yard line and into the 38-yard line. He's in motion. Fullback up the middle. Hancock on the run again, down to about the 30-yard line.
Panthers need to line this right up.
Reverse. Lemon.
Lemon's got a little room.
Inside the 20,
Panthers.
inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. UT does have 1 timeout left. 3 receivers to this side, to the right side of the formation, Brian. Going to go either deep or run a reverse.
We'll throw the ball here, I think.
Okay, there's a pass. Caught. And the clock continues to run at about the 17 yards or to the right side of the formation. Clark in motion. Option. Clark's going to touch it. Terrence Clark's going to touch it, but he's got to get out of bounds. He's got to get out of bounds, and he does. 4 receivers. UT's got 4 receivers to the right side of the formation. Freeman back to throw. Pass in the flat. Terrence Clark has got it, but he must score. They knock him out of bounds, and there's no time on the clock. And Alleman, the Pioneers from Rock Island, Alleman, defeat the UT Panthers 21-17.